Yeah. So, I haven't made a video in a while, so I just wanted to just let everyone know that I'm still alive and shit. And basically what I want to talk about today is something that's been on my mind, just the whole thing between being gay and a Christian and all this other stuff that has to come along with it is just like me personally, I don't believe in everything that's in the Bible per se, and I'm more spiritual because like I don't believe in, of course, homosexuality being an abomination. Like me, even if I was straight, I wouldn't believe that stuff because that's just not how I was raised. And it's just like it's not a choice. It's not a choice to be a homosexual. So when people say, "Oh, you're sinning," or "your abomination," it's just like, okay, like I give a shit, and like I really don't care. But it just gets annoying when you just constantly see people talk about that. It's just like, do you have a fucking life of your own other than bashing other people? And it's sad because, like, I'm just speaking off of like being a Christian because I haven't been in any other religion except for being a Christian or whatever. It's just sad because when people talk about Christians as a whole, they like say everyone is just like bashes everyone else and is just negative and mean and derogatory and hateful towards everyone, which I do somewhat agree with because when you look at it as a whole, like Christians, I'm saying this like I'm not one or whatever, but it's just like religious Christians, like very, very religious Christians, they be going too hard at other people. Just if people like me personally, I know friends that are like per se, atheists and Jewish and Catholic and other things like that. I don't judge them or look at them any old kind of way because they have some kind of like spiritual guidance or whatever. Even atheist people, I don't give a shit. What they want to do is what they want to do. And as Christian people like to just, I don't like speaking as a whole because not everyone in this religion does this, but it is a vast majority that does this. They like to like, I don't know what word I'm trying to come up with. They like to bash their religion on other people when people don't really care to like. I feel like if you want to be closer to God, then you can do that on your own. You don't need other people to validate that. And I learned that over the years too, because I didn't used to be this strong in my faith like this. I really just used to be like, well, shit, they always say that being gay is this and that and it's bad and horrible. So why would I want a relationship with God? But it's just like, you can't turn your back on God like that. I mean, you can, but at the end of the day, that's the only one that really has my back like that. Most of the time being or whatever. It's just it. So my thing is me personally, I'm just more spiritual and I don't believe in everything that's in the Bible because it doesn't make sense to me. A lot of stuff is justified in the Bible, and if you want to look at it from a technical standpoint, there are a whole bunch of things that are abominations and sins in the Bible. Like every little thing is almost like I mean I haven't read the whole Bible or whatever. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like from what I know and everything, it's like almost everything you do is a fucking abomination. And I'm just like, this is like my thing is it's like you can't people that say okay doing things that are like just sinning in general, like we're fucking humans, we are naturally sinful creatures, sinful or whatever. We naturally make mistakes. We are imperfect like just is not a perfect species or anything like that. So when people say, "Oh, you're going to hell" and all this other shit, like you need to look at yourself and just think about, like, okay, what would Jesus do? Would he just tell everyone that you're gonna go to fucking hell just because I could say it? I could say that to anyone, but it's not. It don't make me feel better about myself. Like I don't get it, and just people like to just talk about like homosexuals and it's just oh it's this disgusting and it's repulsive. It's like bitch, the only difference between you and I is the fact that I like and you like vagina. That's it. Like, don't treat me like as if like I ain't got feelings and all this other bullshit. Like I'm a human just like you. But like, so it's like I don't get people that are that close minded, and I usually cut them out of my life. And it's not even just for people like friends or whatever like that. It's a lot of people in my family because it's I don't know if I said this already before or not, but a lot of my family is extremely religious and judgmental, with the exception of me, of course, and a few other people. But it's like I ain't got time for that shit. I mean, I don't even talk to my family. Like I didn't grow up, living with my other extended family like that. So it's like I don't feel any. I don't feel like I need their validation for anything because they ain't been there for all my life and everything, and they're gonna do what they want to do or whatever. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do, but like I can't stand it when I see like people, especially like because I saw this in my like one of my cousins or whatever, like a while back or whatever. Just talking about, he just kept talking about how homosexual is just abomination and it's disgusting and it's repulsive. And I just never commented on that shit. I just deleted his ass because I'm like, I don't need the energy. I don't have the energy to like go off on that ignorant ass motherfucking dude. And that's just how he was brought up, I guess, to be like, so against homosexuals and shit. And if that's the way he wants to be, then that's the way he's going to be. I can't change that about him. But it's just like you're just making yourself look really ignorant and close-minded, and just you don't like different people. And it's like I know shit about him and stuff. So it's just like people justify a lot of shit. A lot of Christians tend to justify everything to the Bible, and I just can't live my life according to like what was written by somebody thousands and thousands of years ago. I believe that all those events like took place and everything with, Moses and fucking shit. I'm supposed to know this stuff because I'm a preacher's kid, but it's like I know about a lot of things in the Bible, and I do believe they take place, and I believe in Jesus Christ and God and everything. But it's just like these things. I don't believe in everything that's in the Bible. Honestly, I just don't. And that's just how I've been. Like I can't, because if I did, then I wouldn't love myself. I would be hateful and spiteful of other people. I'd just be really judgmental and mean and put people off and stuff. And that's not my personality. I've never been like that, and I never will be. And I won't bring up my kids to be like that. Whoop the shit out of them, they do. But no, like I ain't got time for that. Like when people want to talk about like, oh, you're not welcome in church because you're gay and all this other shit. I've only had that kind of experience once, and I ended up having to go back to that church later on anyway. They had like a different pastor, and he was talking about homosexuals and all this shit, and I'm like, I ain't trying to hear this bullshit. I really am not, and I didn't go to that church for a very long time until I was forced to by, my mom and shit. But when I stopped going back then, it's because of that. And then I didn't really have the motivation to go. And then I started going back to church and everything and Bible study and stuff. And it just made me realize that I don't believe in everything that's in the Bible. I just don't. And I'm just sick of other Christians bashing other people and feeling like they're doing people a favor by pinning their religion on them. Like, that's bullshit. And then we get labeled as a whole, like all Christians are like this. All Christians do this. All Christians do that. Like, no, there's just a vast majority of them that do that. But I consider myself more so spiritual than religious because I don't believe in everything that's in the Bible, and I'm more so liberated. So I just feel like it's wrong to have hatred against gay people in a church and stuff, but that's just my personal opinion. I just, from my own personal experience, it's just fucked up that people think like it's okay to bash other people, and like they justify it because it's in the Bible and all this other stuff. Like I don't think that is right, and I don't think that is cool. That's just my personal opinion, and I will still continue to believe in God and Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like, just because I don't believe in everything in the Bible doesn't mean that I don't believe in God or Jesus. So it is what it is, and I just wanted to get that off my chest. So yeah, I'll be making more videos more often and everything to put up because I ain't got shit else better than nothing to do. So yeah, bye.